Hi everyone. All right, so we're going to do another tutorial on how to design your article in Canva, how to design a page or two. And so we've already done one already, but we're going to do another one just for redundancy, and repetition is key. All right, so here we go. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you. And first of all, you want to go to Canva. So go ahead and log into Canva. Boom, I did it right away, instantly. There you go. And then what you're going to want to do is move your face so it's not in the way. All right, go to the top purple. Looks like it's purple on my side with white font, and it says create a design. So start off the bat right there with create a design. Now you're going to choose flyer. However, I have changed my flyer dimensions. You can see here it's 5 by 5. These are inches by 8.5. And that's not what we want. We want 8.5 by 11. So because I don't have that set up, I'm going to go ahead and go to one of my previous designs right here. So you click on all your designs, and I'm going to choose one that's a flyer size, which is the one that we worked on previously. But I'm going to delete these images that I have on here. So I just clicked on that one. It's an actual 8.5 by 11. That's what you want, vertical, not horizontal. Okay. All right. So my computer is slow. Obviously, you can see that. And you can also change the sizing down here. I'm constantly changing the size, zooming in, zooming out, depending on what I'm working on. I would zoom out to this small size that's on your screen right now if I wanted to see the overall, how is it looking? Okay, but if I want to start designing, I'm going to go to probably 125 size. I'm going to delete this because this is what we worked on last time, and I'm just going to show you how to start anew. So here we have our 8.5 by 11 size paper. And if you wanted to do a 2-page spread, you just click down here where it says add a page, and it will automatically add another blank page for you the same exact size. But right now we're going to start with one. We're going to use an article that I actually did just recently for the East Bay Times. It's an article on a gal named Mary Romay. And so I'm going to actually put the photo on here first. You know me, I like to have large photos. Okay. So let me go to the photos, and I don't think I've uploaded anything on her yet. No. So I'm going to go ahead and upload a new photo. So you go up here on the left bar and there's uploads. So you click on upload, and let's see here. I'm going to go, so then you click on upload media again, because I'm going to now go to my computer. So I'm going to use a device, which is my laptop. And because my computer's taking so long, let's see. Okay, so on my desktop, I'm going to go to tutorial. I think that's where I have it. Yep, Mary. There's the photo I'm going to use. I took this photo of Mary. So it'll, after I select it, it's downloading it right here on the left. And if I just click on it once, it automatically populates it over to the page. So that's kind of cool. All right, so now here's the photo. And if I want to change the size of this photo and make it smaller, you use any of the corners, top, right, bottom, left, whatever corner. That will resize it proportionately. Okay, now if I want to get rid of some of this stuff, maybe this plant is not that exciting, then I could just go to the actual side and see where the arrow pops up, and it's right where these little white bars are. I don't know if you can see them. They're these little white bars, right? So I can take that and pull it over and cut it out, and then whatever I want to cut out. Okay. In this case, I'm going to leave, I might cut out a little bit of it. All right. I like photos large, and so I'm going to keep it right about there for now. And let's put our headline up on top. Now, I'm going to go to my article that I have on my desktop. And this is the actual article that I sent to my editor. Of course, it's taken a minute. I can hear the fans going on my laptop. It's like working really hard. Okay, so here is the article that I actually sent to my editor. Notice everything is left justified. Everything's lined up on the left. And here is my headline right here. This is my byline by Charleen Earley. Notice there is no colon right here. I'm going to put a colon in just so you can see. Don't ever do that for your articles. That's what you do for English essay papers, but not for journalism. Okay. All right. So here's my headline. So I'm just going to cut and paste that. I do Command copy if you have a Mac. And then let's go back to, where are we? Go back to my page design. So to do the headline, you're going to go over to the left and click text, the big T right there, text. So it gives you all these different options. Notice down here, if I scroll down, if I scroll down, there are some things that you have to pay for and some things that are free. Like I can use that one, that's free. Anything that's free, go ahead and use. If it's not free, do not pay for it. No. We have so many selections and choices here that we don't need to pay for anything. All right, so what I normally do is I do the add a heading. You don't have to use that one, you can change it, but I clicked on add a heading, so it automatically populates right here. And you can see it's all highlighted in blue. All I have to do is Control V on, if you have a MacBook or a Mac, Control V, and it will put my headline in there. This gets in the way. If you click on the body of your page that you're working on, like one click, sometimes that will go away and sometimes it won't. So otherwise, if it doesn't, then click this to hide. That way it shows me my whole page. All right, so I don't want the headline there and it's also way too big. So let's change the size for that first now. And here's the sizing at the top left. Negative makes it smaller, positive makes it larger, or you could just click on the number itself and choose what size you want. So let's go 24. That's still going to be kind of small, but I want to move this headline up here. So I don't know if you noticed what I did is sometimes you have to click on the headline, click outside of it first, then when you hover over and there's that blue box, then click on it. Now you can move it. That gets a little tricky when you're starting to try to move things around, moving the photo down. I like big headlines. Notice the big spacing between here. So Canva does an automatic set to 1.4 on the spacing right here. So in order to change that, I like you to change it to just 1. So you click up here to spacing. It's that one that's got the arrow going up and down and then the bars. So click on spacing. See right here on the right, it shows it's 1.4. Should be 1 point. So I click on that or highlight it, change that to 1 and hit enter. So you can look at the headline now, it brought it closer together, right? But I also like large headlines. So let's see, I'm gonna go up. I'm just gonna keep doing the plus. I think I would like it a 2-line headline. So take the bars on the side here like we did the photo, and you can make it larger like that. How to get it to 2 lines, I think I need to bring it down a little bit. There we go. So there's my headline. One thing that I love to do with color is she's wearing a pink sweater. Sometimes I like to change that headline instead of black to tie in with a dominant color in the photo. Just kind of aesthetically ties things in. So let's go ahead and change that. Here's the color, text color. You click on that. And what Canva is starting to do right now, which is really cool, is they do these photo colors. And what this bar right here are, it's picking up from the photo these colors that are in the photo, which is really cool. So there's my pink. It just matched it automatically. So I'm just going to click on that. And there we go. So I matched it, and that ties in with her pink sweater. This is Mary Romay, by the way. She's a really sweet lady. She started her own, she actually took ownership of a vintage shop in Walnut Creek. You probably don't know where that is, but if you look on the map, it's in Contra Costa County. And she did this during the pandemic. She had no money, nothing in savings, didn't qualify for a pandemic loan. And she just kind of pulled it all together and spoke with the owner. The owner, I think, was getting ready to sell it. And she ended up, Mary ended up taking over ownership. She's got about 26 vendors. It's a vintage antique shop, which I love, you know that. And so these are all things, items in the store that are from individual vendors. So they pay rent for a space in her shop, and that's what covers her rent to lease the building in Walnut Creek. But anyway, it's a really cool story. So let's get to the story part of it. All right. So, you know, up here, I would say there's a little extra space up here that we really don't need. So I'm going to go ahead and shave that off right there and move up the photo a little bit there. And I kind of want the photo a little larger too. I'm just, you know me, I like large photos. Okay, so right there. And then what we're going to do is put the story down here. So now let's go get the story. So I'm going to go ahead and add, well, first I'll go ahead and cut and paste it. So we'll go to my laptop, the desktop, I mean, and here's the article again. And I'm just going to cut and paste, not my byline, but just the article itself. Okay, and it's kind of long. It is 846 words. I'm going to do Command C. Then I'm going to go back to our page, and then I'm going to go to text again. So click on text. And for this one, I choose the smaller one, add a little bit of body text. So I'm going to just click on that, and automatically it populates over here. And then how it's all blue highlighted, all I need to do now is do Command V, and it'll populate all the article that I just cut and paste. So I want to get this out of the way again so I can see my whole page. Now you can see this all is way too large, 1.4 spacing in between. It's not the right font because we're going to be using Times New Roman, and we're also going to go with size 10 font. So what I do is I click in the body and I do a Command A. I think for a PC, I think it's Control A, I'm not sure. And then see how it says that's 24 inches, way too big. So we're gonna go 10. So I'm gonna just highlight that and then go up to my, there's 10. So look how tiny that is now, all right? And then we're also going to change it to Times New Roman. I hope I'm not going too fast for you on this, but oh, go back to here again, do Control A, so you select all of the article. And then here's Times New Roman right there. So I'm gonna click that and it's Times New Roman now. So when I clicked out of that box, it automatically got rid of that sidebar there. Now, notice that it's, this is actually centered. Looks like every one of these sentences are centered. So again, do Control A or Command A, selects everything. And we're gonna go to this where it's alignment, and we're gonna go left justified. So left justified is right there. Then another thing we're going to do is change the spacing because, like I said, it automatically defaults to 1.4 spaces between each sentence right here. It's a very, very airy. We don't want airy. Okay, so let's go to change that to 1. So click in the box or highlight the 1.4, type in 1 and enter. And now see how it's tightened up everything a little bit more. And we also want to make this, I'm going to make this 2 columns for this page because I think that would look good for this one. So we're going to just go ahead and go to the sides where that white bar is down here and go like this. I'm going to probably make it, well, let's see what that is. I'm going to line it up right here on the left to this photo. So that's perfectly aligned. With Canva, you can see these purple lines that it shows you. Okay, there it is, it's lined up. All right, good. But I'm bringing it down a little bit because why? We need to have a photo caption for this photo. I mean, I see that it's this lady wearing a cute little pink outfit and nice necklace and a pink bow in her hair. She's adorable. And then all these really neat knickknacks behind her. What's that all about? We need to tell the reader what's that about. Okay, so, but let's go back to the article here. So you can see that this article goes way too long, right? It doesn't fit right all in there. So I'm going to copy and paste the article. So I'm going to have another section of the article right here. Let's see. So you're going to do, click inside the box and do Command C for copy, then click out of the box out here, and then do Command V. So it automatically does a duplicate right there, but it kind of overlays the first one. So I click on it and move it over. Now I know that these article widths are exactly the same. right? Okay, now I'm going to cut this article off right about here where it says, let me go a little larger so you can see. All right, I'm going to cut this article off. The end of the page is right here, see, in the blue line. And we need some room down at the bottom for our magazine name, for the page number, and also for the date. So because we need some room in this article, I'm going to cut this article off right about here where it says from. From there, Romay began crafting decorated hats, wreaths, and more. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut all of that off. Just highlight it. Oops, it gets a little funky when it goes too fast. Oh, shoot. Okay. You'll have fun with this. This gets a little crazy. I'm just going to stop right there and delete. And I'm going to stop. I got to delete the rest of this. Okay, delete. And let's see. Okay, I don't want to leave it right here. I'm going to stop it where it says this last sentence, school for any of them. Okay, so I'm going to delete that last line right there. Now, we have to see where this article, and I'm actually deleting these extra spaces right here. And so you can see where the cursor is highlighting right there. There's still another space, so I just go back and delete. And I think there's one more. There we go. So you can see the whole box right there. Did I cut too much off? Nah, that's okay. All right, so it stops where it says afford to go to school for any of them. Now let's go to here and start the article right where that starts. So that is, let's see. So here's that sentence right there. This has been my dream. This has been my dream. My mom, I started. Looks like I didn't cut it off right. But anyway, hopefully you're understanding the picture. I'm going to start the article where it left off down here, and then it starts here. And then I'm going to stop it right here where it says without. And then that's going to have to go down on a second page. So I'm actually going to cut and paste that, do copy, and then delete. Okay, so these articles here look about the same as far as lining up with each other, right? Pretty much. And then down below here, we will have our page number, our magazine name, and our date. Okay, and then we're going to add another page because that article went a little too long. And we're going to paste that second article piece, which is right there. And look how it pasted it. It went like super large. Okay. Where did it go? Did I get rid of it? I think I got rid of it. Anyway, you're going to start your other verbiage down here, okay? Because the article went way too long. And if your article goes longer. Okay, another thing that we're going to do is we're going to indent 3 spaces for each paragraph. 1, 2, 3, and do not use the tab bar. So each one you have to do individually. And once you do that, then you're going to delete that extra space in between the articles or the paragraphs. Okay. Delete. Okay, so your article will look like that, not the spacey type like this. Okay. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And then I'm going to go in and delete these extra spaces here. So that will be your final product like that. Okay. Okay. And then for your cut line, your photo caption, that goes to the right here. And so what I do is I create a little text box. And we're going to go right there. And then we're going to say, well, it won't be a box, but, and just so you know, your photo caption is smaller font than your actual, it's not picking it up. Okay, that's because my computer is slow right now. Okay, I'm trying to move this, there we go. Come on. I think my computer is like locking up because it's got too much going on. I don't know what's happening here. Okay, let's try this again. Text. Okay. Why are we not moving? So you will run into these issues from time to time, and just keep playing with it. If you have problems and you just cannot resolve it, call me, text me, email me, and we'll work through it. But for right now, it almost seems like these are locked in place. I wonder if I locked them. Lock. You can lock pieces in place if you want so that it doesn't move around. But if you do that, sometimes it limits your roll on that. So I'm going to unlock that. I don't know why it's not letting me move things around. I think because I have something else going on. I think I have something else. Remember when I did that copy and paste the rest of the article? I think it's on there somehow and I'm not seeing it. Yep, there it is right there. Okay, now I can move things around. Okay, so now I'm going to add the photo caption for the third time. And now the photo caption has to be something unique about this photo that the reader doesn't know automatically. So I always say, don't be Captain Obvious, like a lady in pink in a vintage store. Yeah, we can see that. So we'll say Mary Romay took ownership of the vintage rose of Walnut Creek during the pandemic. Now, no one would have known that just looking at the photo. So that's what you want to do, is put just a little bit more information that the reader doesn't know about. And of course, it's too large. You can keep this in a different font. It does not have to be Times New Roman. And in fact, I prefer it not to be Times New Roman. Right now it's Open Sans Light, which I love. And we're going to make that, let's try to make that size. Let's see what 10 looks like. 10 is good, but it's actually too large because it's larger than our Times New Roman. So let's make it 8. So size 8. And that, why are we not moving? Okay, so this goes to the far right. It's not if you move it. I have to move it this way. That's weird. Okay. You can use your arrows, the top, but you should be able to like just click on it and move it around, but it's not letting me do that, which is really weird. Anyway, it has to line up on the right-hand side of the photo. Okay. So it goes underneath the photo, but you also have to leave room for whoever took the photo. In this case, I took the photo. So, oh, we still need my byline on here too. And the byline can go underneath the headline, or it can go right above your story. So let's go ahead and put my byline above the story. And if below the headline. And if I am the writer and the photographer, then you could take care of this in one fell swoop and you don't have to write it down underneath here. So I'm gonna leave this up here and I'm going to put my byline here. So let's do this. Let's go enter text. I'm gonna make it large just so I can see it. And I'm going to say story and photo by Charleen Earley. I can't see, my face is in the way. Oops. I just want to move you. There we go. Earley. Okay, I don't think I spelled my name right. Okay, E-A-R-L-E-Y. Okay, way too large, obviously. So let's go here and change that. A lot smaller. Now you don't want your byline to be larger than your headline because it's not about you. It's about the person you wrote about. And this is not letting me move either. I don't know why. So I'm having to do it manually with and I would leave that in black instead of pink and center that, try to eyeball it, center it to the page. I think actually it did it for you. You saw that line when I was doing this, moving it around. Okay, so there's that. So now I don't have to put the photo is by me because we've got it right here, story and photo by Charleen. And it looks like it is butting up to the photo. So I could either shave the photo off a little bit more, which I can still do, but it's not letting me for some reason. think there's still something overlaying over it. I think that's why. Okay, so that you get an idea of what that looks like, and let's just make this smaller so you can get an overall view. See, there it is. That's a standard design, super standard. And then down below, we'll put the magazine name, the date, and the page number. The rest of the article will go here. And what I want you guys to do is when you're done with your design, I want you to actually share it with me. And so you'd go up here to the top right and share it. That way, when you share it with me, I will be able to go in and do any tweaking that needs to be tweaked, anything that needs to be fixed or changed or whatnot. I notice now this title is coming down a little too far. So I would go put it up a little bit higher, move that up a little bit higher, move the photo up a little higher, and everything else. And if you want to move everything up higher all at once, then all you have to do is select it all. I think you would just go, so you start outside the box, outside the page. But the other thing that you all have to really remember, and this is super important, is to leave a lot of room on all sides of the page. So down below, the left, the right, the top. Because if this gets printed, and it may get printed, we may get some printed copies, which would be so cool. I will lobby for that. And if we do, then when it goes to the printers, they have to have room to cut off on all sides, okay? And if you have your content like right here, off to the side like this, guess what? That's gonna get cut off and your article will get cut off. Like it'll probably get cut off right around along here. So that's not cool, okay? You don't want that. You want it to not be cut off and line it up with the photos and stuff like that. Okay, so this is just a simple basic. And then when you're done, I want you to go up here to share it. So you're gonna click on share. And then this is where you have to type in my regular standard email, not my school email address, because they have a blocker with, you know, it's coming from a website, from Canva, and they don't trust it. So you're gonna have to type in my standard personal email, which is charleenearley@gmail.com. Okay, and then you have to allow me to have edit rights. So I have the power. So make sure it says edit, because there's only can view, and that way I can't make any changes to it at all. Not cool. You have to give me the power to edit. So you say edit, and then you click send. It says that I'm already invited. But anyway, I'm sending it to myself that way. Another good thing to do for yourself only is to go ahead and download it as a PDF. And when you, and there's different choices. There's PDF, JPEG, video, GIF, all those sorts of things. Go ahead and do PDF print and download it, or it's standard, but standard is too small, so I would do the print. And when you do that, sometimes things get changed around. Like this cut line photo caption might end up being in the photo itself. For some reason, when you convert it to a PDF or a JPEG, things get a little wonky. And so if it does, and you downloaded it, you can look at it and get a better visual of it and go, oh shoot, okay, I need to bring that photo caption down just a scotch, just a little bit, that kind of thing. So I always suggest downloading it as a PDF so you can kind of get another idea of what it's going to look like. I'll go ahead and download it so you can see what it looks like so far as a PDF. So click download, and it's downloading. It takes a few seconds. And what I usually do is here it's like, hey, do you want to print this professionally? No, we're not going to do that. Just close out of that right there. And you can see that it's downloading right now. And then I will show you what it turned out to look like. See if anything looks kind of wonky, crazy. Here it is. Okay, so here's what it looks like, and I'm going to downsize it just a little bit. This is what it would print out as, and it looks pretty decent. It looks, you know, the cut line is lined up pretty good. Everything looks like it's lined up pretty good. Yeah, so that turned out okay. Second page needs work. Okay. Also, I wanted to show you, I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing the screen. And I wanted to show you a couple other page designs that I ripped out of magazines. This is from Allure magazine. Here is Allure magazine. I don't know how I got a subscription to that, but anyway, I really like this page design. This one is, they have 3 photos in the middle, separated by some space. So you need to have that space separation. And so there's the content. They're doing a 2-column. Okay, that was kind of cool. I like that idea. That's fun. This one is cool. You can get creative and put a headline on the side, like sideways, right? So instead of that way, it's that way. And so they have a big, large photo up here, a secondary. So this is called a primary photo. Don't look at my nail polish. It's actually coming off. But it matches the colors. And this is called a secondary photo. Actually, this actually might be the secondary photo because it's the second largest, and then this is smaller. So I like this design. It's got, you know, it's fun, it's different, and it's a 1 column. Now notice it's a small column. Even if it's a single column, you're not going to go clear across the page because no one wants to read that, just too daunting. This is their photo caption that they did in a different way. And notice this is an example of justified column. So it's not left justified or right. It's perfectly symmetrical. The symmetry is perfect on both sides, right? So it lines up. We're actually doing left justified, okay? All right, and then here's another, this one's kind of cool on their headline. So the article is something about numbers, and I like how they did the numbers all in different ways, but I don't think that's a number. Is that a number? That's a letter, but they had to spell the word numbers. So they had a very large photo, and then they have stuff. And this is actually, I think, in this issue. So this is what their design is for in this issue, which I thought was pretty cool. That's pretty creative. I like that. Okay, so just more things to think about. And that's pretty much it. Let me know if you have any questions. And I'll be doing more of these tutorials to help out with all this stuff. Okay, still want to try to look cute. Okay, all right, you guys, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.